flip side, there's one team that no one actually expected, to be flying high at this time of the season. But guess what? Everything they touch now turns into gold. They've only lost twice this season, and those two losses came against powerhouses like Manchester City and then Liverpool. And they, brought in a new coach before the start of the season, and all of a sudden it looks like things have just turned around for them, and they're just getting the results. No one expected that, but should we say that Chelsea, at this point, and pair what they're doing, would you even, classify them as genuine title contenders? Mind you, they're only 2 points behind Liverpool, who have got a game in hand. So all things being equal, let's assume that Liverpool even win that game, then they'll be 5 points behind, where no one even envisaged that they could be. So we're talking about Chelsea, their recent form, and if they are real title contenders. You're a Chelsea fan. You know more about the club. We all saw what Pochettino started.
Yes.
We're all thinking it was going to be very difficult for, whoever comes in to succeed him. Then we hear Enzo Maresca is coming.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in with a couple of, new signings, and then all of a sudden, it looks like out of nowhere, boom, they are pushing for the league title. You think at this point? Yes, the other day he came out to say that they are not ready to win the title. Yes. They do not have what it takes. They are not there yet, but they keep on winning games. And to win the title, you need to win games, and that's what they are doing. You think he was only trying to deflect, that pressure of? But you think they're genuine title contenders?
Of course, yes. But then the coach is trying to manage emotions and then
expectations.
Yes, not to be too much complacent and then keep the focus going. See, a team like Chelsea going into the season, nobody anticipated this. They are currently occupying a second position on the
league,
and then unbeaten in the European competition as well.
Of course.
Whoever thought of this? Nobody. See, they are able to assemble 3 different teams. They have a team A, team B, and then team C, which is...
He's really managing the team very well.
And then they are really across all board. You see, this is something we need to applaud. What's his name?
Enzo Maresca.
Enzo Maresca, because see how he's even able to manage all these players, close to 30 players. He's been able to manage them and then manage their emotions and then be able to get his idea across all board. If we are playing, if this is the standard, and then you're not up to the standard, you are dropping the next game. And then what you are supposed to do is to be able to patch things up and then reach the standard we are searching for. And then this is what the players have in mind. Jadon Sancho has come out to say that day in, day out, they are putting in works, because immediately you drop off the limits, you are not.
I've been dropped.
Yes, you're not going to the bench. The man this squad will be out of it. So you see, that's why sometimes he has an option of Bruno Lavia, Enzo Maresca,
Enzo Fernandez,
and then also Caicedo in midfield. Whoever comes in the absence of these three players plays absolutely perfect. Like they just fit, like 9 in, 9 out. There's no drop in performance.
So it's about time the other 19 teams, looked at Chelsea as genuine title contenders.
Title contenders. Nobody can say at this moment that Chelsea are not title contenders, because winning about 7 games on a row, or what do you mean? Accumulating up to 32 points on the league log, and then just behind the league leaders with, let's say, 5 points.
5 points.
Let's just say 5 points.
Yeah.
As a standard, 2 points, but let's say 5 points. You are even Arsenal were being tagged as title contenders, and then Arsenal are behind you.
With 5 points or so.
Yes. So you actually you are a title contender for a fact. So let's forget.
But we shouldn't be surprised if they end up winning the league at the end of the season.
Contender means you are.
Should we be surprised based on our expectations for Chelsea?
Yes, because everyone has said, including their owners, have said this is a project, minimum 2 years project. So we should the fans should minimize
exercise patience. Yeah.
Yes, the expectations, and then wait and then trust the process. And whoever thought of this? Within some 6 months, the project is already
wow.
going, and then they're harvesting out of it.
Wow. I think let me bring you in. Chelsea. So you start a project with Pochettino, then you end up sacking Pochettino. The fans get rattled due to that decision. But then Enzo comes in, he calms everyone down. It's a huge squad, young players. He manages these players, game in, game out. And all of a sudden, they are second on the league log, even above Manchester City. They're just very close to Liverpool with a game in hand. And the coach feels no one should be talking about the title and Chelsea in the same sentence. You think they are genuine title contenders?
You know, Jose, I sat in this same chair and I said that it would be a good season for Chelsea should they finish 10th, right? But what is happening currently, it is that it practically just throws away my prediction, as if I do not understand or know football.
Wow.
No, seriously, because you see, the biggest surprise of English football is when Leicester won the title. 2016, right? Chelsea winning the title is going to be the second biggest surprise.
Even after Blackburn.
No, Blackburn was competing with Manchester United then. Blackburn was a bigger team compared to when Leicester won the title.
Yeah, sure.
Blackburn was bigger. You know, because they were continuously challenging for.
But you are talking about teams with reputation, teams with rich history as far as the Premier League is concerned. Then you definitely put Chelsea up there.
No, you definitely put Chelsea up there. But for the past 3-4 years, if anybody told you that Chelsea were in contention to win the Champions League, because you see, to win the EPL, that would have been a big lie. Even this season, prior to the start of the season, every connoisseur of the game said that what? They are going to have a decent season. That is by placing maybe probably 8th or 10th. Okay. Nobody was even saying that
the top 4 was possible.
Top 4 was not even possible.
No, it wasn't possible.
No, Josiah, the chaos, the insidious, was a relationship that existed between the hierarchy, to the extent that there was a problem between what's the name, Todd Boehly, and then what was the name? His other partner. What's the name? Egabadli. You understand? There was a problem between them to the extent that Egabadli wanted to buy off what's the name? Todd Boehly. Yeah. You know, so there was chaos in the squad. There was chaos in upper management. Just because what? There were so many players. So my fear from the start of the season was that how was Maresca going to handle the players, send across his philosophy and ideas for the players to be able to buy into the ideas, to the extent that it is not every single player that's going to have the opportunity to be on the field.
Yeah.
So are they going to be content? Because you have a squad of internationals who wants to play to be able to represent their national teams. But with what we saw last season and this season, prior to this season, I felt that there was going to be animosity between the players, because imagine on the left flank, you have 3 internationals in that space. You have Sancho, you have what's the name, the Ukrainian guy,
Mudryk.
You have Mudryk, you have Neto, you have what's the name, Joao Felix. These are seasoned internationals. So how is he going to keep them happy? I get to the point, but you see, I have realized that he has done his selection, or he continues to do his selection based on merit.
Yes.
It is not based on name or favoritism. If you are good enough, you start. I get to the point.
Yeah.
That was why he could bench what's the name, Enzo.
Yes.
105 million pounds, sat him on the bench. You get a point. So you would have to understand. You see, I always tell you that the most difficult aspect of coaching is how to transfer your ideas into actionable moments. Because the players on the pitch must understand perfectly what you want them to interpret, for them to go onto the pitch and interpret.
Maresca is doing that.
Maresca seems to be doing it, because to be candid with you, it's not that Chelsea is winning, but Chelsea is winning playing the football that Maresca wants to play.
In his first season.
That is the most difficult thing to do, because in your first season, pre-season, you come in with a totally different mentality, totally different tactical background, and you realize that they brought in new players this season as well.
Yeah.
So for you to be able to let them buy into your concept, for you to be able to let them, buy into your concept, and then for them to interpret that on the pitch is quite difficult. So the momentum, or the moment that Chelsea is going to win the league, should they go on to win the league, is going to be as huge again as when Leicester won it.
By this point, they've cemented their top 4 status.
Of course,
they are playing the Champions League next season.
Top 4 is achieved.
No.
It's achieved. You think?
No, I don't believe.
See,
You don't believe? You think they can still slip up?
let's see, Josiah. There are times when you can see a team winning and not believe in that team.
Okay.
I get to the point.
But it's time.
There are times that a team wins and you know that the team deserves to win. For example, against Brentford, Remember that Brentford has beaten us for the past 3 years at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
Right? But on Sunday, prior to the start of the match, you knew
that Chelsea were going to win.
You knew that Chelsea was going to win. Against Tottenham, when Chelsea went up 2-0, I sat with my buddy watching the game. I told my buddy that, see, Chelsea is going to win this game.
Wow.
Because, you see, even after 2-0, even after going down 2-0, they continue playing what they were doing. Right? And you see, the only thing that could hamper Chelsea's season is Jackson.
Why are you saying that?
See, as a centre forward, I agree you are going to miss chances, right? But you can't be continuously be missing sitters, because thank God the goals are distributed, right? Yes. If the goal burden were to be on Jackson alone, Chelsea would have had
You think Chelsea going forward, if are trying to be more ambitious, assuming they qualify for the UEFA Champions League, and they would want to be competing at all fronts, they would need an upgrade of Jackson?
Let me tell you something. You need an upgrade with some of the qualities of Jackson.
And is that easy to find? Because
it looks
like he's comfortable. He's blended so well with the guys
behind him. That is why I'm saying that you need an upgrade in terms of scoring goals, in terms of the technical know-how in scoring goals. But you need the same attitude in terms of
how do you get all that?
That is why I'm saying that the level of finding that unique character
could be a problem.
That unique character is going to be a problem unless you break the banks. And how certain are you that whom you are bringing in? No, I don't believe Gyökeres is going to do that job. You see, the closest to what I am talking about is Victor. What's the name? Victor Osimhen.
Victor Osimhen. You believe Victor Osimhen is an upgrade?
You see. The point is that Victor Osimhen is a natural goal scorer.
Yeah.
And then he gives you that.
But he also misses sitters sometimes.
No, he misses sitters. But Victor Osimhen can give this current Chelsea team 30 goals a season.
Jackson is close to that.
No, Jackson can give you 30 goals a season.
Oh, Jackson can. Last season he scored even 15 in the Premier League.
Jackson scored 14 goals in a season. Jackson cannot give you.
But Jackson has already scored more 8 in the Premier League.
Yeah, 8 in the Premier League this season.
Yes, of course. So he could end up scoring 20 in the Premier League and 10 in other competitions. He's not played in Europe yet. Let's not forget.
He's not played in
Europe. He's not playing. Jackson is yet to play in Europe for Chelsea this season.
But you're talking of the Premier League.
No, I'm saying no. But
I'm not getting the point.
He's yet to play in the Conference League for Chelsea.
Yes.
That's the point. So assuming he had played in all 5 games.
No, if you're talking about the totality of every single. No. I'm talking about the Premier League.
But do you think Osimhen has what it takes to score 30 goals for Chelsea?
Of course, Osimhen got 25 goals in the what's the
for
name?
Napoli, the best team in the.
Napoli is not as strong as Juventus. Napoli is not as strong as Inter Milan.
But Napoli were playing some of the best football at that time. They held on to the ball better than any other team.
At that time,
they were creating the most chances. You can
Josiah, at that time, the strongest team in Italy was Inter Milan.
At that time, with regards to how they were playing and how they shaped up, that's why Kvaratskhelia was even banging in assistant goals.
Of course.
Yes,
how was it banging in assist?
Is he doing it now?
He's scoring goals at
Galatasaray. Because something has changed.
He's scoring a lot of goals at Galatasaray. He's playing very well. The point I'm trying to make is that he has the qualities of a centre forward who knows how to score goals, and it's also going to give you that how do you call it? That work rate. You see, one quality that Jackson brings to the table is the work rate. I get to the point.
Which Osimhen doesn't have.
Osimhen has work rate. Osimhen has serious work rate. You understand? It has serious
and you're sure a figure like Osimhen will be able, to accept the mistakes from these young guys?
Osimhen comes in and he serves as the most experienced guy in that squad. That is where he has to use his experience, right, to control what happens around him. And if he's able to do that, Chelsea will go further than what they are doing currently.
Okay. All right. So you've heard from my panelists. We're talking about Chelsea, the Blues. They've really been in some red hot form in the Premier League. They won against Brentford in the game you'd say they totally dominated and then also ended up with all 3 points. But a genuine question that one could ask is that, do you think Enzo Maresca's Chelsea should be considered as real title contenders? Because the other day he was asked at a press conference, the coach himself downplayed at that tag, saying, they are not even thinking about the title. Their minds are far from it. But do you think that based on what they're doing now currently in the Premiership, one should consider Chelsea as genuine title contenders? Mauli is saying that an upgrade of Jackson should be Osimhen, which I fairly disagree with. But I don't know what you have to say. But I will still leave the comment section open so that you can also have your thoughts in there. It's been nice having you guys in the studios. And once again, Merry Christmas to you. Bye.